Hello everyone. In this video, we will see how to move data from S3 bucket to Salesforce without writing code. So we will use Amazon AppFlow. That is a managed integration service of the AWS that is used to send data from Amazon S3 bucket to any third party where we will not write any code. We will do just configuration and start moving data from S3 bucket to anywhere. Right now we are using Salesforce. Here now we are going to discuss some of the terminologies that we are going to use in this Airflow. So first Airflow that we already discussed, this is Amazon AWS service, and then connectors. Connectors will decide on which destination we are moving the data from AWS side. And field mapping, it will decide which all fields data we are going to map from source to destination one by one. Then last is trigger point. Trigger point will decide like, do we want to run the flow right now, or I mean on demand, or it should be scheduled flow. So Airflow have a capability to run on demand as well as scheduled flow. So but in this demo we are going to use run on demand, because we have to check the data movement right now. Hi team. Now let's have a practical of AppFlow in AWS. So once you log in into AWS account, you will be redirected to this page. This is a home page of AWS. Here in top left side, you can see there is a search bar. Here you can search for AppFlow service. Once you click on it and enter the AppFlow, it will suggest you AppFlow service. Open it. This will land you on this page, Amazon AppFlow. Here, before creating the flow, first we have to make a connection. So in 3 lines, you will click on it, make a connections. Click on connection, you will find this page. Here it will ask you what connection you want to make. So in our example, we are going to use Salesforce. So I'll search for the Salesforce, click on it. So right now I am able to see the existing connection. If you want to create new one, you can click on create connection. Once you click on create connection, it will ask you the connection name. You can provide that identification name, then auth type. Once you provide auth type, then it will ask you for which environment it is. It's a production or sandbox. As per your use case, you can select and click on connect. Once you click on it, connect, it will redirect you to the Salesforce login page. You will provide the details. Once you log in, it will success and then redirect to this AWS page. There you will see your connection. So like this one, this is my already created connection demo. Okay, once connection is done, you will move to the flows. So here we will have option to create flow. Once you go to create flow, it will ask you to provide the name. For example, S3 to Salesforce. I have given name as per my use case. Now provide the details. Move account data. Okay, so description should be that everyone can understand in future what is the reason this flow was created. So right now I have given for testing purpose anything. Now click on next. Here we will ask for the source, what source you want to keep. So in our case, Amazon S3 is the source. There our data is existing right now in CSV format, so you will select that one. Now you will search for the bucket that was created. So I have created one bucket, there my data is existing, and I'll provide the suffix that is folder name account. So let's confirm bucket account data. So my bucket that I created is having a folder of account data. This is my bucket URL and this is account data is my folder name. So I have provided that. So then you have to provide what is the data format. So it's a CSV format or JSON. In my case, it's a CSV format. Then select the destination where this data will move. So click here and search for the Salesforce. Again, as I selected the destination, but I need to provide the connection, which connection I need to use to move the data. Connection will decide in which org this data will move. Then I'll select the object. So I will select account because I am moving data to the account object. Once it is done, then it will give details like if you want to do any error handling, you can stop. For example, once any flow is running and there is an error, so it should stop or it should ignore and continue the flow. So in my case, I want to stop it. I don't want to run if there is an error. And also if is there an error, you can put some logs here in S3 bucket. You can provide the details. And also what should be the trigger point. You have an option of run on demand and run flow on schedule. So for example, if you want to schedule flow every day 10 a.m., then we can use a run flow, and here we can select the time. It should be hourly basis, daily, weekly, monthly. Duration you can select the date and time of starting that you can provide, and then it will run on next selected time. But in our case it will be run on demand because I want to show you right now. Then click on next. Once you click on next, it will ask you mapping method. You want to do manual mapping or a CSV file. Mapping will decide from that S3 CSV file which fields should map to the Salesforce account, which field. So that you can do manually, as well as you can upload one CSV file if as per your choice you can do. And destination record preference. So what it should do, it should insert the new record, upsert the data existing one, or update the existing one and delete. So we can choose what action it should provide, it should do. And in case of upsert and update, as Salesforce standard things, if update it means it will update to the existing data, or upsert it means if there is ID then it will insert, otherwise it will, if there is ID then it will update, otherwise it will create a new record. Okay, now we have to choose the mapping from S3 bucket, which field, which column should map to the Salesforce, which column. For example, name. I'll select name from the S3 bucket and name from the Salesforce. Click on map fields. Once you select the mapping, it will display here in field mapping section. And then I selected phone. So right now I'm doing just 2 fields, and you can do as per your use case. You can increase multiple fields, account, and click on map field. Once I select the mapping, I'll click on next. Okay, now my all the things are done. Right now we have not we don't have any filter on our data to be filtered out. Then click on next. Here you will see what is the connection, how it is going to flow, what is the trigger point, which all fields is going to map, that you can review your changes. Then click on create flow. Once you create flow, this flow will be created here. In this flow we can have all the details what we have, like name, what is the source bucket, and destination, which object we are going to use, and which connection we have used to this flow to our data movement, and when it was created, everything, and which fields is going to map. And if we have any filter, for example, in CSV file I have lots of data, I want to add some filter. For example, name should not be blank, so that kind of filters I can add by clicking on it, edit, and I have to apply on initial time, but I have missed it, so that's why I'm not having option here. Okay, for now I'll leave it as it is, and then if there is any validation you can add on. And here run history will give you the details when it was running last time, and what was the status, it failed, or how many records were transferred. So right now we want to check the data demo live, so click on run flow. Once you click on run flow, it will take some time, depend on the data size. Once it is done, it will show you in the running history. For example, here you can see execution ID is this one. This is in progress right now. Record process 10, and once status is success, then it will move data to Salesforce. Here we are getting success, it means our data is moved to the Salesforce account. So here is the file that I have uploaded. You can see Acme Corporation Global Tech Solutions. I'll go here and I search for Acme, SEME, Acme Corporation. Yeah, this account is created and the date is 5/1. That is correct to its current time. So now my data is created. We have checked it. Fine. So this way you can create flows, and you can check the history. And if you have a scheduled flow, if there is a scheduled flow, you will get option to deactivate or activate the flow. That's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a nice day.